Have you ever bought some makeup products, got them home, started using them, and realized that that was just a big waste of your money? They don't work for you? I have. And I'm going to share with you what those products were in this video of my 6 makeup flops. Hi, I'm Leah from the Relax Gal Beauty channel, and over the last 6 months I've been trying new makeup products, trying to figure out what are going to be my go-tos, what's going to be in my makeup bag, what am I going to be using consistently on a daily basis. And because of that, I found some products that have worked wonders for me that I love and use consistently, but I've also found some products that did not work for me at all, that were pretty much just awful, and I wish that I had never bought. So here are those 6 products that made the top of my makeup flop list. Right, the first one I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack about, but it's one that I had heard a lot of great things about and ended up buying it, and I was like, what's the point? And that product is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Now, this is actually a facial spray, and it actually says that it hydrates and refreshes your makeup. It's also supposed to moisturize your skin and extend the wear of your makeup. Now, I have to say, it does moisturize my skin, it does hydrate it, but I haven't really seen that it's extended the wear of my makeup at all. I've used this probably about 4 times, and I've put it on after I've done like my setting powder and used it as like a final step in my makeup application. And my face will look pretty good after I apply it, but then after a few hours, I haven't noticed that my makeup is breaking down any like slower than it normally does. I haven't noticed that my makeup lasts any longer than it normally does. It pretty much just does its normal thing. So I have to say that this is a flop for me, and I do think that probably what I might do to finish using it is use it to hydrate my skin during the winter months when I go up north during the winter. So my second flop is actually a drugstore brand, and it is from Neutrogena. It is their Shine Control powder. Yeah, I've been using Neutrogena foundation for a while and decided, hey, let's try some of the powders. Got this one. I'd seen some decent reviews about it. And it's supposed to be a powder that's supposed to help control shine for up to 8 hours, keeping your face looking fresh and your makeup looking good. And it's supposed to provide a matte finish, and it's supposed to layer invisibly over your makeup. Let me show you what it looks like. I did see that it was white when I bought it, but because it said that it layered invisibly over makeup, I was like, okay, I might be able to use it. I put this on and I looked like, I don't know, ashy. It didn't look good. If I wore it over a dark foundation, like a foundation that was slightly too dark for me, and let it sit for like 30 or 40 minutes, it would start to look, my face would look kind of normal. But yeah, this stuff, I used a little bit of it, but I can't use it anymore. It's definitely my second makeup flop. My third makeup flop is also a drugstore powder, and it is from e.l.f. It is their High Definition Loose Powder. So this powder claims to provide a soft focus to your skin, help to blur fine lines and imperfections, giving you a nice radiant glow. So I was using it kind of like as a setting powder, which it really isn't, so that is partially my fault. But it's also a very white powder, and supposedly it's supposed to not have flashback, it's supposed to go on translucent, but it really didn't for me. It provided like another white kind of cast on my face like the Neutrogena powder did. And that powder also, if I let it sit for like 30 or more minutes, it would start to kind of settle, and the white cast would start to go away because my natural oils would start to kind of break it down or break through it. So yeah, the e.l.f. High Definition Loose Powder was a flop for me. I did use it for a little bit as like a finishing powder, and then finally when I had like a bit left in the jar, I was just like, I am done. I got my money's worth out of this and threw it away. My fourth makeup flop isn't necessarily like a typical, I guess you could say, makeup product. It's actually a makeup tool. It is the Maybelline Face Studio Blender. In the past, I was always using brushes to apply my foundations, and so I decided to venture into the world of sponges after a while. And I had dabbled a little bit though with the like little white wedge sponges, but those really aren't that great for applying your foundation if you really want a really nice finish. And I thought, let's try the Maybelline one. It had some good reviews on the site I was looking at. It was like $5, so I purchased it. And after about 2 uses, the thing started to fall apart. It was also not very soft, and I felt like it sucked up too much of the foundation. So I really didn't like it, and it was a waste of my $5. So that is my 4th flop. So my 5th flop is also a drugstore brand. It's the last drugstore brand on the list, but it's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. I bought this concealer because I wanted something to help conceal some dark spots that I had on my face at the time. And I'd read that liquid concealers, particularly this one, was pretty good at concealing. So I looked, and this was the darkest shade available. And I don't even know what this is. This is 80 Cocoa, which seems to be typical darkest shade that's available, and it looked a lot darker on the site. So when I got to the store and I bought it, I was like, this looks kind of light, and I thought, well, maybe it's just the packaging and the lighting in the store. So I bought it home, pulled it out, and decided to try it. And I have to tell you, it's not dark enough. It's really kind of orangey, and it just was not blending, not concealing. It just did not work for my skin. It's also not light enough for me to even try to use it for highlighting. It's like not dark enough, but it's not light enough. This is a weird color, and I was like, this just does not work for me. So now to kind of use it up and try to get some of my money's worth, I use it as like a primer for my eyeshadow. So I'll put on my foundation. Sometimes I put my foundation on my eyelid, sometimes I don't. But in either case, I will take the Pro Glow and I'll apply a little bit to my eyelids, and then on top of that, after blending it in, I'll apply my eyeshadow. Yeah, because it was the wrong shade one way or the other, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer is my 5th makeup flop. All right, my last makeup flop, which is number 6, is not a drugstore brand, it's a high-end brand. And funny enough, it's actually one that I didn't actually purchase. It's one that I got a sample of. And this product is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. Okay, this foundation from NARS claims to be a 16-hour, let me actually look and read it for you so I get it correct. It claims to be a 16-hour fade-resistant foundation. Okay, I got a sample of it from Sephora and decided to give it a try during a trip a road trip actually, I was taking up to North Carolina to visit my family. I live in Florida, so it's a pretty long drive. It's like 10 to 11 hours. And I knew that with some stops along the way, it was going to be a little bit longer than that. So I thought this would be the perfect time, the perfect place to try it. I wouldn't be doing a lot of rigorous movement. I would kind of be sitting for a lot of the time, but so I figured, you know, I might at least get a good decent trial out of it, particularly because I'm going to be wearing it mostly to work, where I kind of sit and don't do a lot of rigorous activity. So spoiler alert, although you probably figured it out because it's on my makeup flop list, the thing did not work very well for me. After a few hours, my face looked like a grease pit. Okay, after 5 hours, the makeup was starting to dissipate. I was not happy. It looked horrible. After 10 hours, you didn't even see me after 10 hours. It just did not look good. I mean, it looked good after I first applied it, but after that, it just did not wear well. So that is why the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation is number 6 on my makeup flop list. All right, that's it. That's my list of 6 makeup flops. Now, hopefully all of you who are watching are a subscriber. If you're not, you can still get in on this by hitting the little red button below and becoming a subscriber. And then if you'd like YouTube to notify you about new videos, all you have to do is hit the bell button next to that subscribe button and let YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And don't forget, if you like this video, to please like it and also share it. And if you have any makeup flops, go ahead and share it in the comments below, because I'd love to know what products have not worked for you and why they have not worked for you, because I may want to stay away from them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.